Okay, because we've done much of this in class, I'll go through this quickly. So Samantha sees a jacket, it cost $80. The next day, the store has a sale and reduces the jacket by 20%. How much does the jacket cost in the sale? So our model will look something like this. We have $80 total. And that means that 10% is in each box. Well, 10% of 80 is 8. So in each box represents $8. And we want to go ahead and subtract 20%. Here's 20% right here. So what we're going to do is take $80 minus 20% of it. And this is the remaining. And this is how much we'll pay. So what you do is take $80 minus this, 20%. 80 minus 20%, that's 20% of 80 is 16, so 80 minus 16, and the answer is 64. So our answer is $64. And that's how much this is right here. This right here is 64. 80% of 80 is 64. So some students just find 80% of 80, and that will give them their answer. Other students will take 80 minus the 20% to get their answer. Either way is fine. Now, as I said in class, now it's the next week of the sale, and the price is reduced another 20% of the previous week's sale. How much will a jacket cost? Okay, well, last week it was $64. That's what we got for our answer. So what we're trying to do is find out what 80% of 64 is. That means in each box here, it's 6.4. You know what? And it just continues. So I'm just going to put a dot right here just to save us some time. And this is the part that is being taken away. And this is the part that we want to know. This is what's going to cost us for our jacket. Okay, so this is 20% of 64. This is 80% of 64. What we're going to do is we're going to take 64 and subtract this. We're going to subtract it. 20% of 64. Well, that's going to be 20% of 64 is 12.8. And you could just add these if you want to, or just take 0.2 times 64. And so if I subtract that right now, if I subtract this, remember, you're going to have to borrow. So that's 2, 1, 5. 51.2. So that means that will be 51.20 because it's $51.20. So that will be the price after I take away the 20%, that is the price it will cost me. Okay, on the third week, again, we're going to reduce it from the previous week. The previous week was $51.20. So if you were to move the decimal over, that's 5.12. 5.12, and I'm just going to say dot, dot, dot. Okay, to shorten things up. And this part right here is what we're going to be taking away. Whatever's left is how much it's going to cost us. So we're going to subtract this. This is subtract 20% of 51.20. This is 80% of 51.20. So if I take 51.20 and I subtract 20% of it, 20% of 51.20 is 10.24. How did I get that? I can either multiply 0.2 times 51.20, or I can simply just count up 10% and 10%. You know, that's 5.12 and 5.12. That's 10.24 if you add them together. So if I do that, now I need to subtract, and this is where some students have difficulty. You're going to have to borrow. So if I borrow, that's a 1, that's a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. I'm going to have to borrow again. That's 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. Bring down your decimal. 0, 4. 40.96. That means it's going to cost $40.96. Okay, so that's after you take, that's 5120, taking away 20% gives you this amount. Again, some students just take 80% of the number and get their answer. Okay, now flip the paper over, go to the back side. And we're at the very top. And so we're doing the same thing. We're going to reduce again by 20%. And remember last week, or the week before this one, we had 40.96. 40.96. All right, so that goes in each one of these. Move the decimal over, it's 4.096. So I'll just write that in there just one time, 4.096. And you know what? It just, every box, every 10% is the same. So we'll just make it a little bit easier for ourselves. I just move the decimal over 1. So we're finding 20% of 40.96. 80% of 40.96. Okay, so if I take 40.96, I subtract 20% of it. Well, 20% of it is 8.192. Okay, so now I subtract that, and if I subtract it, to save ourselves some time, I'll just write this down. It'll be 32.768. Okay, that's how much money that is. 32.768. You know what? You're going to have to round it off. So it would be 32.7. You're going to round this up, 7. So that will be how much it cost. 32.77. $32.77. Okay, and that's basically 80% right there. So if you wanted to, you could have just took 80% of this and get your answer. You would get 32.77. And one thing I forgot to do, I forgot to shade this, because this is what we're subtracting. We subtracted this, and this is what was left over. Okay, let's go to the next problem. It says that if 20%, 20%, 20%, 20% is 80%, and if you take 80% of $80, that's $64. And 80 minus 64 is $16. So in other words, they did kind of like what we did here. We took 20%, we subtracted it. Okay, what they're saying here is that if you took away 80% of $80, you would have $16 left. All right? And the question is, then why isn't the answer for up here $16? Why did we get this number? Why didn't we get $16? Because we took $80 and then we took away 20 and then we did again, took away another 20 and then another 20. Why isn't that so? Let's go ahead first of all and let's make a model of this right now. So let's see, we have $80. Each one in here is $8. Right? Each one in here is $8. I'll just put 8 in here for each one. It's not that hard. I can handle this. Okay, so each one's $8. And we want to take away, here's 80%. right? And 80% is 64, right? 8 times 8 is 64. So if you took this away, you only have 16 left over. How come this model doesn't look like this model? Why is that? I will let you answer that question. By comparing these two, you should be able to answer why they are not the same. Because we took 20% 4 times. Okay, I'll let you answer that. Okay, number 3, it says, in a recipe for making muffins, it calls for 1/4 cup of sugar and 2/3 cup of flour. What is the ratio of sugar to flour in the recipe? Now, if you just look at this, you would just write down 1/4, 1/4, 2, or put a colon in there, 2/3. Okay, that's the ratio, 1/4 to 2/3. The only thing is, this one says, this question, use whole numbers. We need to change these to whole numbers. That's extremely challenging. So what we do, sorry if you couldn't see that, is we will make a table, like so. All right, and it's going to have to go quite a ways. We're going to show the ratio of sugar to flour. And these are cups. Cups of sugar. And this is cups of flour. All right, so what we're going to have to do, we're going to make it to where both the top and the bottom are just whole numbers. Okay, so looking at this, we have 1/4 to 2/3. That's what's given to us. Now, if I keep advancing this by 1/4, this will be 2/4. This will be 3/4. 4/4. Hey, that's 1 right there. Right? That's 1. Let's try the bottom here. 2/3. Now we have to advance it by 2/3. 2, 4, 4/3, 6/3. Wait a minute. 6/3, that's the same thing as 2. But you know what? They're not even. We have to have them the same. Both whole numbers. Okay, we're not there yet. So we keep on advancing and advancing. Okay, let's see. 6/3, the next one's going to be 8/3. See, that's still not a whole number. They both have to be a whole number. Okay, now it's going to be kind of lengthy, so why don't you take a minute and see if you can complete this table until, I don't know if this is the right amount, how far it goes, but until you get both whole numbers on top and bottom together. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and fill that out now, and then we'll look at the answer and see if you got it right. So go ahead, try it now. Okay, if you look at mine, I've gone this far. And let's see, this right here is 2. This right here is 4. This is 1. And this is 2. But see, they're still not lined up yet. Not there yet. So I'll need to continue. Okay, so I kept going on mine. And let's see, I keep going. Okay, so this is 4. 3 and a 12, that doesn't work. Okay, so this is 2. Oh, this is 6. Keep going. And then right here. Look at that. 4 and a 12, 3 times. 3 and a 24, 8 times. So the ratio could be written as 3 to 8. Okay, using whole numbers, it would be 3 to 8. Now in the exam, you won't have to do that. You just got to figure out this part. Now this helps us for the next question. So the next question asks us, It says, hey, to keep the ratios the same, how much flour would be needed if you used 2 cups of sugar? Well, look, where's sugar? Here's sugar, and here's 2 cups. How much flour do you have to add? Okay, so it's right there. And so for 2 cups, you would need 16/3 flour. Okay, so 16/3 cups. Okay, well, how much is that? 3 goes into 16. How many times? 5? 15? One more? So the answer would be 5 1/3 cups. Because you already had the answer right there. 2 cups of sugar is 16/3 flour. So there it is.